iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans. Down below, that is the Eldora Speedway here tonight for the season opener for the Big Block Nationals iRacing Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. These drivers hailing from all over the Northeast, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and one driver from the lone state of Minnesota. Drivers will tonight compete in heat races, last chance qualifier, and feature event. That last chance qualifier is pending if we were to need it here tonight. But these drivers, well, they range from skill ranges all over. Some of these drivers race 600 micro sprints through the Northeast here, along with some drivers that run slingshots. Modified drivers, we have even the tech inspector here tonight, and we have drivers on the short track Super Series here tonight to compete for the first time ever in the series. So welcome here tonight for the Big Block National iRacing Series. This is going to be a good one. We have a couple races scheduled this season here with the series, so these boys, you're going to see them on a couple bases throughout the off-season here. Of course, you know, they raced all summer long, all spring, all summer, into the fall, and now these drivers take their talents here to the iRacing.com platform. It's one of the great things we have here with the iRacing.com platform is you never have to stop racing. Some drivers, like, well, if you're one of the big guys like Kyle Larson or Brad Sweet, you're able to head to Australia, and that's not an option for a lot of these drivers, so they hone their skills right here. What's better than taking a virtual car, wrecking it, not having to worry about it? Well, you don't have to spend all week fixing it up to get ready to go. So these drivers here tonight, it's more a little bit of a, call it, relaxation here for these drivers, so we're ready here tonight. When we do hit to our heat races here, they are brought to us by TalonCarter.com. Make sure you head on over to TalonCarter.com to keep up with the youngster out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, and all the news on his racing career with the Rags Carter Racing Team. That is TalonCarter.com. We have 8 laps in our heat races. Then we will go to that 40-lap feature event here tonight. And it does look just about time as I start to see them making their way to the front straightaway here tonight. It will be our first heat race of the evening. Let's head down trackside with our TalonCarter.com heat race number 1. Starting on the front row, he drives the 14T out of New York. This is the 14T of Peyton Talbert. His outside, it's the Super Car Series number 79. That is Dean Reynolds out of Syracuse, New York. The driver piloting car number the 72 here tonight. I'm looking at it, and that is definitely the 72 that is taken to the grid. Out of Pennsylvania, driving car number 72, that is James Coslow. And the driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the number 59K here tonight, that is going to be Dakota Kohler. Gavin Collins in car number 3 was piloted to go in P number 5 here tonight. He will scratch from heat race number 1. And I do believe there is car number 26. That is Michael Corbin. He unfortunately will miss the call to the grid here tonight. So we will go with 4 drivers. All 4 drivers will qualify into tonight's main event here for the Big Block National iRacing Series here for the first race of the series. So we talked about the heat races, and of course we will still go with 8 laps the distance here with these drivers. They will all be locked in. Does look like, from reading the notes right, we will go with 2 heat races here tonight. So these are the Big Block Modifieds here on the iRacing.com platform. Some of these drivers, well, have never piloted a Big Block Modified. You see the 14T, that's the Ted's Body Shop Fast Lane Performance. That is Peyton Talbot. He is on the Short Track Super Series. Well, to his outside, it's the tech inspector that's going to tech that car to see if it is 100% legal here tonight as we come down here into the TalonCarter.com restart zone. Green flag is up. Peyton Talbot says, chase me to turn number 1. Here we go. 8 laps up on the board here tonight at Eldora. Great start there by the 14T of Peyton Talbot. He'll jet out to the race lead. The battle will be back here for the final position. That is the 59K of Dakota Cole, the driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, battling with number 72 of James Coslow. Nobody able to make any ground up on Peyton Talbot that time. As Dean Reynolds is going to make a little bit of a slip up off the bottom side of the speedway. There you see the gold dirt car number 79 entry for Reynolds. A little contact there. Coslow trying to work the bottom side to get through. And he will do it. James Coslow will now take over the second position. There you see the Bulldog number 72 entry here tonight. Picking up that second spot. Reynolds starting to fade a little bit here as Dakota Cole are not quite able to close in on the back end of that number 79 though. Reynolds going to cut it down there about the midway point through turns 1 and 2, and he'll go to the bottom side down here in 3 and 4. See if he can find a little bit of that grip strip down low there. He's actually able to close that gap a little bit that time down in turn number 3 and 4. He'll go to the bottom down here in 1 and 2. There you see Coslow up against the top shelf there, ripping the boards here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. It'll leave 3 to go, and you're still watching that battle back there. That is the number 79 of Reynolds trying to get that spot back. He started in P number 2, trying to get P number 2 back as they work down the back straightaway. The inside lane coming in nicely here. Reynolds going to just slip and miss it. Slipped that time as they wind him up this time. The old popsicle sticks going up into the air to be 2 more times around the Eldora Speedway here in our heat race number 1. Peyton Talbot has led every lap here tonight, and he's just up against the boards. He'll see the white flag this time by. It'll be the final trip around the speedway here in heat race number 1. Peyton Talbot just out for a, well, called a Wednesday midweek drive here tonight. That Ted's Body Shop entry. Doing exactly what he needs to. He's got that right rear just slotted up there against the outside wall, and he'll take the win. Second place will go to James Coslow. Then it'll be Dean Reynolds, and Dakota Kohler will finish out our running order there. So Peyton's going to lead wire to wire there. Congratulations to Peyton Talbot picking up the first win of our heat races here tonight. Second heat race will come to us looking like this, and this will be car number 12 out of Pennsylvania. Jacob Homnick will start there in car number 12, P number 1. Jack Butler out of New Jersey. We told you there was a New Jersey driver in the field here tonight. The Flying Dutchman out of Phillipsburg, New Jersey will start P number 2. The driver out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, driving car number 12. This is Lawson Sorenzist. And back into P number 4, driving car number 59. It's the Corn Cob entry. This is the 59 of Pat O'Brien. Talon Carter is slotted to go P number 5, but the Talon Carter entry, well, he's up high above here tonight, playing a little bit of that race control. So Talon Carter not going to be taking to the grid. Starting in car number 76, Harold Klump will pilot that car here tonight. Harold out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the Silver Crest Insurance Company number 76. That's your starting lineup we will go with here tonight. It does look like actually Talon Carter will pilot that car. So we will have all 6 drivers out onto the speedway. There you see them in their big block modified. When you look through this one's heavy. This one's a heavy hitter. Jack Butler right there, Pat O'Brien. Lawson Sorenzis, he's one of those drivers that races, if I do remember reading it right, he runs the Slingshots up here in Pennsylvania. Talon Carter, who will start from the back row, running 602 Modifieds at the Big Diamond Speedway. He's also ran at Grandview Speedway and Baps Motor Speedway also. Same as heat race number 1 here, we will go 8 laps, and just by taking my shoes off and doing a little counting here tonight, we locked 4 in from the first one. We'll lock 6 in out of this one. All drivers will go to the feature event here tonight, so we will not have to take a last chance qualifier, so it'll be straight into a little bit of a warm-up session for these drivers, and then right into our feature event here tonight. Feature event here tonight will be brought to us by TalonCarter.com. Remember to head on over to TalonCarter.com to keep up with the young Talon Carter and his Rags Carter Racing Brigade. Here he comes, the iRacing.com pace truck is off. Homnick will hit the gas. Here we go. Put 8 laps up on the board. We are green flag racing back here at Eldora. Lawson down around the bottom side trying to make that car stick. He's got Talon Carter working down there also. These drivers were able to get a little bit of information from their crews that the bottom lane was working here tonight. One driver, I believe that was Jack Butler. He's going to go around with Harold Klump. Klump going to be up on his roof here as the green flag for the time stays out. We'll see what the officials say. Talon Carter working the bottom side of the speedway. Look at Homnick. Homnick now under pressure here by the number 1. Pat O'Brien trying to stay out of the outside wall. Butler will take his car to the infield, so Jack Butler is out of this heat race. Carter back down to the bottom side, almost going to hit the inside of the speedway. There you see the number 12 of Lawson Sorenzis down on the bottom side also. Trying to follow that number 1, Talon Carter making the bottom side work. He'll slide now up in front of Homnick. Homnick with a little bit of a crossover move, and car number 12, he'll go now down to the bottom. He saw Talon Carter going to fence himself down in turns 1 and 2. He'll spin it around. The officials say there's no, as hell, 360. He keeps it going. We're stay green. We stay green flag racing here. Homnick and car number 12 is out front. Homnick the dinger out of Ivy Land, Pennsylvania. The Wrightstown Collision Repairs, number 12, down around the bottom side, leading this one. So it's 2 12 cars at the front. Sorenzis right there also. O'Brien just a little bit farther back. He's running the bottom side with car number 59 now. 2 laps to go. It's now or never as the white flag's already up. The Homnick setting a fast pace here tonight, so he is trying to take this second heat race tonight to the bank for himself. Homnick will come across the line. It'll be Homnick taking up the win. It'll be Sorenzis, O'Brien, and Talon Carter, who led a lap early. He will fall back to the 4th spot, and Klump will finish back there in P number 5. That's how they'll come across the line here in our final heat race of the evening. So 2 heat races in the book, 16 laps of racing competition here tonight. Peyton Thomas did pick up heat race number 1 here tonight. Jacob Homnick was second. That's how they will come across the line, and that is right. We will skip straight past our last chance qualifier here tonight. So our last chance qualifier we will not need, which means we will line things up here for our feature event here in just a couple of moments. So as we take a quick step away, we got a 5-minute little bit of an intermission. Race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Of course, the home here for the Big Block National iRacing Series this season, presented by TalonCarter.com. So while we take a quick break, we'll be right back here to the Eldora Speedway with your feature event here tonight.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North Star stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to the Eldora Speedway here tonight for the Big Block National iRacing Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Roger Muth, bringing you all the racing action here from our studios in Pennsylvania, as these drivers hailing out of Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, and I did miss one. There is a Californian listed on the roster here tonight out of Oakley, California, but of course not making the call, so we'll see if we can get that California driver caught up with these Big Block modified drivers here on the iRacing.com platform in the next couple of weeks. But it is just about time to light the fire here tonight in our starting lineup, brought to us by TalonCarter.com. This is your TalonCarter.com starting lineup here tonight, and this is how they will roll off, starting on the front row, and that'll be the driver of car number 76, the senior veteran of the group. This will be Harold Klump in car number 76. Starting to his outside, scheduled to start, but will not get the call to the grid here tonight. That'll be car number 3 of Gavin Collins. Back in P number 3, then the driver out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania. The Rags Carter Racing number 1, that's Talon Carter. And the driver that just lives down the road out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the number 59K, this is Dakota Kohler. And back in P number 5 here tonight, piling car number 59 also, this will be the Corn Cob Pat O'Brien. The driver out of Syracuse, New York, driving the Super Dirt Cars Series number 79, this is Dean Reynolds. Out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, driving car number 12, Lawson Sorenzis will pilot car number 12. He'll start back in 7. Costlow in car number 79, that is James Costlow. He will pilot 79 or 72. I can read the scoring, I swear, race fans. It's 72, James Costlow, and he'll start in 8th. Jacob Homnick in car number 12 will start back into the 9th spot. And how about the 14T out of New York? The Fastlane Performance 14T, that's Peyton Talbot. He will start into the 10th spot. Michael Corbin in car number 26 is scheduled to roll from the 11th spot. And Jack Butler out of Phillipsburg, New Jersey is scheduled to roll from the 12th starting position here tonight. That's your starting lineup, as we will shuffle them around as needed. A couple drivers not making the call here for the feature event. We're going with 9 cars on the feature, as it'll be the 259s on the front row when we turn them loose next time by. It'll be Pat O'Brien to the inside. To the outside, it'll be the number 59K. That is Dakota Kohler. It'll be Sorensist and Reynolds then back there in row number 2. 40 laps the distance here tonight in the feature. You're watching drivers out of the Northeast. Pennsylvania represented, New York and New Jersey, Minnesota and California also on the roster here tonight. 40 laps the distance. Dakota Kohler right off the jump got me excited. Up over for the driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania. He will bring the caution flag out right off the jump here tonight. Dakota Kohler a little bit excited and will fence himself into the outside retaining wall as the caution lights will immediately come on all around the speedway here as the sun starts to set in the virtual Eldora Speedway. Watching back here, watch the 59K. Up over and a little bit of a barrel roll. That catch fence going to catch that right front tire, spin it like a top on his lid. Right on board with Dakota Kohler. Didn't even lift out of the throttle. Kohler will put himself on the lid like a turtle, and we'll have to see if he's able to get back out onto the speedway. Checking his car and what just happened there, I do not expect that much damage done to the number 59K of Dakota Kohler. We'll see if he does get back out here. He will get his courtesy laps here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. Of course, the Big Block National iRacing Series does allow courtesy laps for drivers, especially here in our feature event, right off the jump like Dakota Kohler just had his issue. So we'll see if he will be able to come back out or if we will go with just 8 cars here as the lights do go out. We did not get a lap in, so I'm looking, it does look like we will go single file here on this restart. So it'll be O'Brien, Sorensist, Reynolds, Homnick, Koslow, Talbot, Klump, Carter is how they're on the speedway here, bringing them down nice and slow. Pat O'Brien will be the first car to fire off. Right on board with our Big Block National iRacing Series onboard bar camera with the race leader. Pat O'Brien says now's the time to fire the big block off. As he goes top shelf, look at everybody go down around the bottom. Look at Dean Reynolds. He'll make it 3 wide. Reynolds going to make contact with the 12. Lawson going to get shoved up the speedway from the dirt car number 79. Lawson now going to cross over. Lawson down around the bottom. We saw Talon Carter and Dean Reynolds both go down there, but look who's high, wide, handsome coming around the outside. That's the 14T Peyton Talbot will go to the outside. Now Dean Reynolds will jump up to the top side, pass for the race lead. New race leader here on lap number 4. Give it to the driver out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania. Lawson Sorensist out front here tonight at Eldora. One car having some problems. That's the 79. Dean Reynolds, the driver out of Syracuse, New York, having some problems in the dirt car number 79. Homnick now trying to take over P number 2. O'Brien fading onto the outside. There you see Tap now working the bottom side. Middle, down, now, down, low to the bottom. He's going to try to drive it in here. Oh, going to get the door shut. Homnick saw it coming, heard it coming, and he just closed the door just a little bit. That'll put Talbot back down a couple spots there. Car legs on the bottom. Look at Lawson Sorensist, though, right down around the bottom side. Almost 3 wide racing, though, back here for the second, third, fourth, and 5th position, because here comes Koslow. The Bulldog trying to fight his way around the outside. Talbot going to go to the outside. Look at O'Brien cross underneath. Oh, James Koslow into the outside wall. He's going to jump the cushion just a little bit. Not enough room up there to put forward the fluff tonight for Koslow, and that's going to cost him as he is going to go all the way back to the 8th running position currently here as Dean Reynolds. They call him the, well, he thought he was the senior guy here. He is not. He's, well, just about. Him and Harold Klump. Battle back up here inside the top 3, though. That is Homnick holding off O'Brien right now. O'Brien able to make the bottom side work. Oh, Homnick up into the outside. Talon Carter nowhere to go. Caution lights are on the speedway there as the 12 of Jacob Homnick made a little, well, got himself into the catch fence and around he went. Got kind of sucked in there to the outside wall. Caution lights will come out here. 10 laps will be completed when we go back racing. But what happened to Jacob Homnick to bring out the second caution flag here of the evening? Watch that number 12 car. The Dinger dinged himself into the outside wall. The Wrightstown Collision Repair, number 12 entry, had himself a little bit of a collision, and he's now going to have to, well, see if they can pull some of that out. He's running third down here into turn number 1, where it all went wrong. Up over the cushion, that built up to the outside. Talon Carter absolutely nowhere to go. He was right there and involved. A couple drivers coming to pit road here to see if they can get some of that sheet metal pulled away from their cars. There you see a couple of them down there. Talon Carter got the nose piece getting ripped off his car. They should be able to send him back out onto the speedway. It's a good racing between all these drivers here tonight. We've seen that 3 wide, almost 4 wide racing action. We've seen the outside lane roll. We've seen the bottom lane really start to roll here tonight. So, which one of these drivers will be able to tame the Eldora Speedway here tonight for the first ever showing here for the Big Block National iRacing Series? There's a couple drivers coming back out onto the speedway. I believe that is the 59K, the driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania. The Tommy Boy's Pizza and Calf. Yoakum Towing recovering number 59K. Dakota Kohler coming back out. He is a couple laps down here tonight. He will assume the position at the rear of the field, though. Dean Reynolds also making his way back out onto the speedway with car number 79. I think Talon Carter is at the back of the field here. Hobnick, the only one not making the call. Back to green flag racing we go here. Lawson Sorensist has been the driver that has led every lap. Caution lights coming back on immediately here as Hobnick will try to make his way back out onto the speedway. So we're going caution lights on all around. So while we have a second here, race fans, remember to check out our title sponsor here, TalonCarter.com. Talon Carter, one of the drivers you see here tonight in the Big Block National iRacing Series. Well, Talon Carter races a 602 modified at the Grandview Speedway. Also races a 602 at Big Diamond and BAPS. And, well, if you're out there and you're listening, he is also looking for a short track Super Series ride next season. So anybody has a 602 crate short track Super Series, as he's over here messaging me real quick. I was trying to read his message. But he is looking for a ride on the South Tour. So it looks like Dean Reynolds will get a lap back. He was a lap down to the race leader of Lawson Sorensist. He is still the race leader. Lawson, the driver out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, does race a slingshot here in the Northeast. Very accomplished slingshot driver, but he's got a battle with Peyton Talbot. Peyton Talbot is a 602 champion in 602 modifieds up in New York, and he does run on the short track Super Series. I did see that Peyton Talbot was looking for, or actually not looking for, he has a 358 ride next season. So we're going to continue to watch the 14T of Peyton Talbot's career unfold here. He's very young still. A lot of years left of racing. Come back this time, we're going to light the rocket here tonight once again. Green flag back into the air. Everybody straight to the top shelf. Nobody is venturing to the bottom side. 72 of Koslow will go down low in turn number 3. We'll see contact. The 76 going to make a little contact, and one driver trying to gather it up. Caution lights coming on. Everybody was jackrabbited back there. Caution coming on for the 4th time tonight here on lap number 12. So a big chain reaction back there. Let's take a look. As that is not our truck telling us they had it, but that is not what we were looking for. So we'll see if we can find that. What it was, just a couple drivers getting a little sideways, though, we can tell you that. So while the truck tries to hunt that one down, I'm looking at it, and it's still going to be Lawson Sorensist out front here tonight. The youngster out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania. Peyton Talbot, the driver out of New York, in the Fast Lane Performance, Ted's Body Shop entry. We talked about the driver of car number 79 of Dean Reynolds. You see him down on pit road. His crew is going to take advantage of this quick yellow here and come back down and get some work done. Same with the number 1 of Talon Carter. Those drivers were all wrapped up in a wreck. But there you see the Dirt Car Super Series number 79, the driver out of Syracuse, New York. Had the pleasure to meet Dean Reynolds down at the Charlotte Dirt Track this past, 2 weeks ago, we'll call it now at this point. Dean, of course, the tech inspector down there and keeping everybody in line and in check with the Dirt Car Super Series. Getting a little bit of relief from the real-world side of things. He comes here to the iRacing.com platform during the off-season and when he is home and not out on the tour with the Dirt Car Super Series. Looks like the lights are off on the iRacing.com Silverado pace truck, so we should go back racing here tonight at Eldora. All drivers back out onto the speedway. Dean Reynolds, Talon Carter, and James Costlow will join the back. Here we go. Truck gone, and Zrenza says, here we go. Peyton Talbot will go down to the bottom. Will he throw a slider on the youngster right away off the jump? He will. Cross over. Here comes Lawson, though. He'll take the race lead back down the back straightaway. Will he be able to throw a little bit of a slider? Runs through the middle. Not going to be able to go up in front of the 14T on exit. Race leader, it was still Lawson at the line just by a tenth. Lawson tries to throw a half slider. Not clear. Going to kill the momentum for car number 12. It'll be the 14T down the back straightaway as the race leader. Peyton Talbot now leading the way here tonight at Eldora. That'll be tough now to get the race lead back from that 14T. Side by side, almost 3 wide racing. Here comes Dakota Kohler down to the bottom side. Kohler a couple laps down, but still in the hunt here tonight to try and see how his car is going to handle. Look at Talon Carter, rip the nose piece off that number 1 machine. Now Talon Carter up against the outside boards, trying to pick up some spots. He's got Dean Reynolds in the gold dirt car, number 79, rolling the middle. Nice and easy for the driver out of Syracuse, New York. Everybody else pretty much migrating to the top. Look at James Costlow. He is right there. You see number 72, the Bulldog entry. Costlow gonna bank that right rear off the cushion. Harold Klump still in car number 76. Trying to get around the number 1 of Talon Carter. That car does not seem to have the same speed in it that it did early on for the number 1 of Carter. Omnick gonna bank it off the wall. That 12 car, remember, he's got some damage also. We'll see if that plays a big factor here tonight. Carter trying to go 2 for 1. Not gonna be clear for Talon Carter. Thought he was trying to take 2 for 1 down there and get O'Brien, and Homnick was not able to. Dean Reynolds gonna have a little issue back there. Stay green for the time being. Talon Carter gonna go to the bottom. Slider 2 for 1. He will. O'Brien with a crossover move. O'Brien gonna cross him over. He's gonna slip right in front. Carter right against the bars back there. Gonna pop a little bit of a wheelie, lift some tires off the ground. He'll now cross back to the bottom there because Homnick was able to get back by him. Carter with another slider. Slider on O'Brien. Bryan going to be right there, ready for it. Crossed it back up. Now he's going to sit right in front of that number 1. Oh, no! Big problems for the number 12 of Sorenzis as he got it spun around, and as he got it corrected, Talon Carter was able to slip on by there, so it does look like they will stay green here at Eldora. A little contact, but everybody kept it pointed in the right direction after a 360 by Lawson Sorenzis. Now he's got to get back on the horse here tonight with 19 laps to go. There's positions out in front of him now that he has to go get. Lawson back there into the P number 7 now. Let's see what the youngsters got. 72 Costlow, though, trying to rip the outside lane here. Klump right there at the 76. That's the battle for the 4th and 5th position on the speedway. Carter is out in front of them, and Homnick is checked out also on the field along with Peyton Talbot. Peyton's absolutely gone here tonight. 5 seconds up on Jacob Homnick. Now the 76 of Harold Klump is starting to lose a little ground here. Anybody have anything for the 14T? Peyton Talbot, who's just up against the outside boards here tonight, returning some fast lap times. Last time by was just 1/10 off what he set down as the fastest time of the night. He does have the quick time as a 17 flat. With 14 laps to go, it's now or never. If there's anything left in the tank of these big block modifieds, these drivers got to use it. Everybody stretching out around Eldora. Lawson going to go up there. He's going to bank it off the wall there with that right rear, trying to get a little bite out of that right rear tire as he slapped it off the outside wall. He'll do it again down into turn number 3. That car looking very tight now since he has hit the wall a couple times. You see the damage on the quarter panels. There you see him taking it off the wall just a little bit more. Nothing wrong with that. We've already paid for it. We might as well use it up here tonight. 12 to go. It'll be 11 to go when Paint and Talbot comes back around. Where's the second place car? There is the number 12 of Jacob Homnick. 6 seconds behind the race leader. And then it's the number 1 of Talon Carter. There you see the youngster out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania. Picked up a championship a couple seasons ago. I say a couple seasons ago. I mean, it was last year with the Upstate Racing League and their big block modified program. Oh, problems. That was Jacob Homnick going around with 10 laps to go. The Dinger finding the outside wall for the second time. The driver out of Ivyland, Pennsylvania. Having some problems here tonight. So as the caution flag flies, let's see what happened to the 12. He was ripping the outside boards. Turn 1 seems to be the place where everybody has mishapped, and there you saw it, right rear into the outside wall. Talon Carter tried to hit the hooks. Hit the hook, got a little piece of the wall, with the Dinger making the big contact there tonight with that wall for the second time. Right on board with our Big Block National iRacing Series onboard camera. Here I'm in the throttle, and the track's starting to slick off here tonight. Of course, everybody running the boards, and got to make a little contact, turn it around. Talon Carter made a little contact with the wall, too. So that's how quickly you're able to go from the penthouse to the outhouse here tonight. Homnick down on pit road. We'll see if he can come back out. Dakota Kohler going to get a lap back here tonight. Looks like Dean Reynolds has called it a night in car number 79. So the dirt car entry will finish back into the 9th position here tonight. A very fast number 79 entry, just unfortunately not going to be able to finish this one out. So with the pace truck lights out, that means we're getting ready to refire. We're going to put one more lap back on the board. It'll be 10 when we go green. So it is still a double file restart. Here with iRacing, we go single file restarts after it is under 10 laps to go. Put the green flag back into the air. Paint and Talbot says, now I got to try and defend this one. As you see, Koslow right there in car number 72. He'll take that second spot. Bump is right there, and Lawson has now worked his way back into 4th position, but look who's coming. There is Talon Carter. His team was able to manufacture and kind of beat and bang a nose piece back on to number 1. Lawson and Carter right there, both drivers banking it off the wall. Carter going to try and squeeze into the outside. Not going to happen, as you see that Sorenzo's number 12. Working the outside groove. He's also got the number 76. Lawson almost into the back end there on the 76. Carter going to throw a slider. Can anybody cross it over and go? Little contact there between car number 12 and the 76. Carter takes back that 3rd spot just with 7 laps to go this time by at the line, though. Paint Talbot has worked his way out to a 1-second race lead over Carter. Or Koslow and Carter, I should say, as this is the best battle you're watching on the Speedway. That is the number 12 of Lawson Sorenzist and the number 76 of Harold Klump. But with a little bit of crossover, Sorenzist with a slider, that time down 3 and 4. Young man getting a little comfortable here with his number. Oh, Talon Carter around right in front of the 12. Lawson was able to clear him, though, so the number 1 of Talon Carter and the number 12 of Homnick going around. Let's take a look at Talon Carter, as he was the cause of the caution flag. What happened? Carter goes down to the corner and nope, ran out of real estate to the outside there. Tried to go higher and higher. as James Koslow was also right there, and you saw the number 12 of Hobnick come in there spinning. Right on board with the 12 of Jacob Hobnick. He was the driver that brought out the last caution flag, so he was kind of towards the back of the field here. Dakota Kohler also coming in there sideways, avoiding the wreck though. So that's what brings the caution flag out, as Peyton Talbot is still the race leader in the 14T Ted's Body Shop Fast Lane Performance. Parker Excavating, Precision Hydraulics 14T. Green flag back into the air. There's 5 laps to go here as, Koslow trying to get everything he can out of the number 72 up against the boards, and boy, that was a close one. Lawson Sorenzis is right there in car number 12. He's worked his way back inside the top 3. Talon Carter back there running out 4th once again. 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go here, and it is all Peyton Talbot out front here. Self-slider line on the 14T. You'll see 3 laps to go this time. There's the battle for second. Not much of a battle for the time being. James Koslow has it wound up. The Bulldog, number 72, is looking at everybody. Talon Carter up against the boards that time, trying to get that right rear to sit down on this track. He'll go down, slider line by the number 1. Lawson sees it coming. He'll go down, crossover attempt, popsicle sticks, wind him up. Here we go. Ken Sorenzis throw the slider back on the number 1. He will not. He'll force Carter into the outside wall that time, trying to get him to make a mistake. He gets him to make a mistake. Now can Lawson slide up in front of the number 1? He will do that. Carter, though, going to keep it wound up there as Lawson comes off. White flag, final trip around the speedway. Talbot out front here tonight at the Eldora Speedway, as there you see Lawson trying to hold off that number 1 of Carter. What does he do down here in turn 3? Carter going to go down there, try to get it. Not going to have it. It'll be the 14T. Peyton Talbot will pick up the win. It'll be James Koslow and Lawson Sorenzis to finish 1 and 2, 3. Carter back there in 4th. Harold Klump was 5th. Pat O'Brien was 6th. Jacob Homnick was back into the 7th spot. Dakota Kohler was back there in the 8th spot. Dean Reynolds, Gavin Collins, Jack Butler, and Michael Corbin is how they will wind down the field. I'm all excited here tonight. But there's your race winner, the 14T, the Fast Lane Performance entry. Peyton Talbot will win here tonight. So the driver out of New York takes down Pennsylvania and New York. So he'll go to victory lane. No stranger to victory lane, setting a blistering pace on the Short Track Super Series. So as he goes to victory lane, we'll take a quick step away here from the Eldora Speedway. We'll be back with your post-race show.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Eldora Speedway here tonight for the Big Block National iRacing Series presented by TalonCarter.com. First race of the season here at Eldora. And, well, we saw a lot of good racing. 3-wide racing, 2-wide racing, crossover, sliders. We've seen it all here tonight with the big blocks. Let's go down trackside as these drivers are standing by here tonight at Eldora. Let's start things off with the driver of the 14T, Peyton Talbot. Peyton, a very fast car here tonight, but in the feature event, after picking up that heat race win, they made you start, obviously, with that invert towards the back, but you were able to work your way towards the front of the field and pick up the W here tonight.
Yeah, it was just, just trying to be patient and, get through everybody clean, avoid any wrecks or anything like that, and, just keeping the car in one piece. And once we got up to second there, we had a real good battle there for 3 or 4 laps, and then once we got on clean there, it was pretty good.
Pretty good. How treacherous is it to go up there and run on the, well, we'll call it the berm, the banking, right against the outside wall there?
It's very, very technical. It's just a lap thing, you gotta have a lot of laps on this game to be able to run that line consistently. Even I mess up a bunch sometimes. So, having a gap, obviously, it takes a lot of pressure off, and it just helped me out a lot tonight.
Helped you out tonight here at Eldora to pick up the season opener, so your name will go into that book. But what do we think about next week? Cedar Lake for 50 laps.
I really enjoy Cedar Lake. I think it'll be a good track. It usually provides pretty good racing. It's usually pretty much around the wall, just like Eldora is sometimes. There should still be able to run a slider line, but it should be all right.
Well, hey, you know the drill here tonight as you're the winner here at Eldora. So the red carpet rolls out. The microphone is yours because there's a lot of people back home that are making this racing career something to watch.
Yeah, I just got to thank everybody on the real car, Ted's Body Shop, Fast Line Performance, Parker Excavating, Precision Hydraulic, Northeast Forestry, Dig Race Products, Hiccup Chassis, Doneth Motorworks, JK Signworks, Hoyenga Racing. I'm trying to think of everybody. I think I got everybody, but just everybody that watches and supports. I think that's all I got.
Well, there you hear it from the driver out of New York, driving the 14T here tonight. Peyton Talbot will pick up the win here at the Eldora Speedway. Finishing in second, it's the driver of car number 72. It's going to be James Coslow in car number 72. Ran a great race here tonight, kept his number 72 very clean, and he was able to work his way to P number 2 up 6 spots from where he started here tonight in the feature event. Looks like he has taken his car back to the hauler here tonight. We'll catch up with James a little bit later on. Finishing, though, back into P number 3, the driver of car number 12 here tonight. That's the driver out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania. How about it, the Catasauqua kid? Lawson, a great run, great showing here for yourself in the Big Block Modifieds here for the first time ever.
Yeah, I had a couple laps up in front, and then I was behind Peyton for a little bit, and then I just got caught up in the wall. And after that, the car was kind of a handful, but just had to kind of stay out of everybody's way, trying to fight my way back to what I could have had before.
You were able to hold off that 14T, and like you said, you fell back then because of the outside wall. And how hard was it, though, because you had Coslow out in front of you, you had Carter back there behind you, O'Brien was coming, Homnick had a very fast hot rod here tonight. How hard is it to battle, run the high lane, and hold those drivers off?
Yeah, I didn't go in for repairs after I hit the wall, and so the right front was just caved way in, so really just didn't want to turn left at all. And I was kind of hoping it'd be back around the bottom at some point because I'm pretty good around the bottom here, but that went away way early in the race.
That goes away here tonight at the big track at Eldora because, well, you got to keep the momentum up, so you ride the boards here like Peyton was doing out in front of you. But can you take anything from this week, finishing second and running the boards, going to Cedar Lake next week, a little bit of a bull ring-ish?
I'm usually pretty good at Cedar Lake. I know the berm there is pretty treacherous too, but there it's more about just keeping your car clean, even more than here, just because it's such a tight bull ring, like you said.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week, but before we let you go, Lawson, I know there's people back home in Pennsylvania tuning in here tonight to watch this number 12 rip around the track.
Yeah, I got to thank Waffle House of Lehigh Valley, CJ Barbers. I have a couple of people that are on the big car for next year, too. I can't reveal those names yet, but I want to thank those guys, too, because they're putting in a lot of work for me, too.
Well, he's not going to give out all the secrets here tonight, but the driver out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, will pick up P number 3 here tonight after leading a bunch of the laps early on here at the Eldora Speedway. That is Lawson Sorenzis back there in P number 3. We have one driver standing by here tonight. It'll be the driver of car number 1 out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, Talon Carter. A great run for you, but it's not all about the run here tonight. It's about the drivers out there.
Yeah, I just kind of went out there raced tonight. Not a lot of cars out here, obviously, but we're just looking to grow this thing. You know, first race is kind of put together very fast. I just gotta thank some of these guys for coming out, like Peyton Lawson. Peyton whooped everyone tonight, and probably gonna do that the rest of the season. But yeah. Gavin Collins, he was going to race, but he had something to go do, and we had some other guys just having some computer issues, and we're just going to look around, find some more people, and hopefully grow this thing in big, and hopefully get some sponsors for it.
Now, you talk about the drivers here. It's all about the drivers in the offseason. 99% of these drivers here running up in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, everything from 600 micro sprints to slingshots to 602 modifieds like yourself. A couple 358 guys on the roster also. And so, I mean, what does it mean in the offseason to be able to come here, hone in the skills, and then take them to the spring into the real car?
Yeah, it definitely means something. Like Peyton said and Lawson, the top was very tricky tonight and just had to be smooth and consistent. And yeah, I hit the wall a couple times, and some of the other guys did. That's why we had most of our cautions. And I think Cedar Lake will be pretty good next week, hopefully, and hopefully get 15, 20 car field. Just working on getting more people in, as I said before.
Well, there you have it, Talon. Thanks for inviting us all here tonight to the Eldora Speedway. We look forward to seeing what you have next week.
Yep, thank you.
So there you hear it, your top competitors here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. Peyton Talbot picking up the big win. James Coslow in second. Lawson Sorenzis back there in P number 3. And Talon Carter will finish 4th. Harold Klump will finish into the 5th spot. That's your top 5 here as we get ready to leave the Eldora Speedway. So the lights are on here as it is time to wrap up this one because we will get ready for Cedar Lake next week for the Big Block National iRacing Series. So for everybody over at TalonCarter.com, and all of us here from the Turn 3 Racing Network, we thank you all for tuning in to watch us here tonight virtually from the Eldora Speedway. Peyton Talbot is your winner, but race fans, till we see you next time, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.